is December 21st, 2018. It's a Friday. Not really doing a whole lot, just kind of piddling around, getting organized. I got the next 11 days off from work, so I plan to hit this car pretty hard over the next week and a half. I did slap the skirt on this evening just to get an idea. Kind of digging it. White walls need work. I don't know why they're turning brown. I'm real disappointed in the Remingtons. They were bright white for a few weeks, and then they just started turning brown. I mean, the car has 0 miles. But I did mess with them last weekend. My buddy came over and we messed with them, and we might have a little formula to fix the brown white wall issue. The weather strip's starting to break in a little bit, so I was able to close the door a little more, get a little more adjusted. On the driver's side, pretty good. Passenger side, it's getting there. During the week, I put the tail lights on, and that went pretty straightforward. Got a new trunk badge. I put the trunk lock on today. What was it? About 2 or 3 days ago, I put the center cove, and that was a royal pain in the ass. Man, what a wreck. So it's a repop trunk. It's a repop molding, and I used repop clips, and that equals a lot more work than it should be. In fact, I used some of the original clips. Just the trunk here, the trunk is contoured to a point. However, the molding comes flat. Now, this is a repop trunk, like I said, so I had to drill the holes for the trim. This trim came out pretty good. But on the cove molding, I had to drill the holes bigger because they weren't in the center. So I had bigger holes, but like I say, it's covered up with the trim. But that was a lot of work. I mean, it took about 4 hours. 4 hours on like Wednesday, I believe, to put this molding on without scratching anything. It's reproduction. It's made in Taiwan. It fits, like you can expect. It's cheap. Whatever. I guess that's how they come. But it's lined up okay. I mean, it looks okay. The weather strip's still breaking in a little bit, so might adjust the latch a little bit. But it's getting there, and the lock works, so I don't have to use a screwdriver no more. That's ready for the back bumper. During the week, I picked up my steering column. This is a paintable steel column shift. I did it tilt steering. It's a pretty expensive piece. There's cheaper alternatives. We're going to be doing a video on that in a couple weeks. We're going to compare this I Did It direct fit to a universal steering column. And I got a little bet going on with a buddy of mine, and he's going to get one of those, and I got this, and we're going to do a comparison video to see what is the big deal about I Did It versus universal. But I did it. I did it. I did one of these in my 63 a couple years ago, 2 years ago, and it was a direct fit. Fell right in place. Super easy. Has like 8-position tilt, I believe, or 6, which is way more than you need. Has a factory installed hazard flasher, which is considered an option on these cars, so you save money on that. You don't have to buy the hazard flasher because it's on the steering column. Paintable steel, so I'm going to paint this to match the car. Kit came with this spacer between the column and the steering wheel, which I've used before. I got these U-joints for the intermediate shaft, which is right here. It's a double D, it's what they call. I might need to trim it a little bit, but not really. So it uses a U-joint on the gearbox, intermediate shaft, U-joint on the steering column. And that's your intermediate shaft. And then this shoots up through the firewall. falls right in place, direct fit, real easy. Also picked up this this American Auto wiring kit. I got that with the steering column, so this week was kind of an expensive week. It's number 510063. Comes with good instructions. I've never done this, but I read the instructions twice, and I think it's something I can definitely handle. I ordered the 2-piece set of the wire crimpers that are used because some of this is plug and play, some of this is trim to fit, so you can tuck your wires, headlights, dome lights, what else? Instrument cluster, courtesy lights, I believe you can trim to fit. So it's plug and play for some stuff. Some stuff is more custom, and you have to crimp terminals. So it's kind of tedious, but I'm looking forward to that. What else did I do? I got a bunch of stuff for powder coat tomorrow. I got 40 pieces, just real small stuff. Pulleys and brackets. This weekend, I plan to do the headliner. I used, I got this Universal stuff, convertible top staple stuff. My staples came in, they work great. This is your tack strip that you staple the headliner to, and your windlace right here. So I put this in. I don't know if the camera's going to pick up. Probably not. So it goes in the same place as the stock. The stock was brittle, so if you go try to staple that with your upholstery, it's probably going to just crumble. So one thing though, this is, I believe, quarter-inch by 3/8, I think, if I remember right. And I had to double up. I had to double it up in here to get a good tight fit. So when I ordered it, I said, you know what, I'm going to order a few extra feet. I ordered like 5 extra feet, I believe, maybe 10. It's sold by the foot. I think I ordered 10 extra feet just because it was like $1.50 a foot. I said I'm going to go ahead and get 10 extra feet, and I'm glad I did because you need to double up. So that's good. Headliner should be done this weekend. Start polishing trim during the week, putting in glass. I did pick up a 3-speed transmission on the cheap. I'm getting that tomorrow. So all I need now is a crate motor, and I'm just piecing stuff together, taking inventory, taking notes. But the back end's looking okay. You know, I mean, that's reproduction trim. It looks good on the car, but in reality, it's about as thin as a beer can. It's really crap, just to be honest. I mean, it's super thin. The clips don't fit like they should, like the original piece. I mean, it's reproduction, so what do you expect? I would expect a little nicer if you're paying $400 for these tail panels. 64 is by far the cheapest. Then I think it's 63, and then 62 gets a little more expensive. But they're super thin. They're super flimsy. I think they're made to like be put on one time, and that's it. Because if you try and take it off, it's not going to go back how it was. It's just reproduction stuff. And but I mean, it looks okay. It looks okay. Took a lot of work. Trunk looks good. I'm digging it. Digging the skirt. So we're getting there. Stay tuned. Should have a headliner update. I'm going to do a couple videos and put them together when I do the headliner. So stay tuned, and thanks for watching.